When you hear the sound of the bell, you know you're in the championship rounds with King Amin of Essex. So let's get to it. Very quick recap of a underrated but entertaining championship bout. A little bit messy, competitive. Oshae Jones became the new IBO and IBF Super Welterweight Division champion with a split decision win over Femke Hermans. Hermans was switching stances, going from orthodox to southpaw. Didn't always execute it as one should, spinning around, leaving her back to Jones. So yeah, it was a wild fight, but Jones had to find a way to figure out the herky jerkiness, and even when the fight got rough, Jones found a way to pull it out. So kudos to her. And as is, it's funny because I mentioned the same thing in passing with one Shadeja Green, the new WBO Super Welterweight Division champ. Talk about something wonderful that happened for her later. But as soon as you get the belt, people are finding fights for you. So, yes, Oshae Jones has become the champion at 154 pounds, unified, if you will, with the IBF and WBO. But people are already picking fights for her. Now, we've already heard Claressa Shields expressing interest in moving down to 154. Now we're hearing Franchon Crews-Dezurn, the big mama of 168, WBC WBA champ, thinking about moving down to 54 if the price is right. So very interesting turn of events, but you also have some natural opponents that might be there in the IBF rankings. You got a Priscilla Petrel from France. She's undefeated with 3 KOs. She was ranked number 2. Um, there's a young lady from I guess she's from stateside Mexico. I don't know. But Elia Carrazzo, I don't know. Not really a sexy name. I'm not sure what kind of fan base or visibility she has. Some other names on that list: Destiny Day Owens, Naomi Manes. So, of course, you have the champions within the division. All right, let's talk about um, WBC and WBO champ Emma Cozen, and you got WBC interim champion Cecilia Brækhus. Mary Spencer, right? I think that's a great fight. WBA. So lots of options for Jones. Sometimes there is no time to bask in the revelry, but I'm sure you'll get a chance to enjoy being a champion. Just know, heavy is the head who bears the crown. The king can tell you. I can also tell you that Tiny Tina Ruppert, who holds a very impressive win over Yokasta Valle that has aged well, obviously. Ruppert herself has become unified Atomweight. This is 102 pounds, Atomweight champion. Um, and she's facing off, I guess, in sometime next year to become undisputed. And atomweight is not a very popular division. Again, 102 pounds, but there's an IBF champ out in Japan that she's going to unify with. So, just a recap of what happened, things of significance last weekend. Now we're moving on to some news. And I tried to make it as sumptuous as I can, seeing as how we're going into Conquistadors Day, Indigenous Peoples Day, Turkey Day, whatever you want to call it. Sometimes can be a bit much of a food holiday, but certainly a day for family to gather. So make the best of it. And I'm going to make the best of the news. And what we have is, and I don't know if it's because I don't know if it's thinking highly of myself for speaking, receiving it, and believing, knowing that when you speak these things into existence, that is the power of the tongue. Pause. Mizuki Hiruta. She is the WBO Super Flyweight Division champion, 115 pounds. She hasn't defended in quite some time. All of her defenses have been in Japan, 6-0. And she's coming stateside in January. As a matter of fact, she's scheduled to fight January 17th in 2025. Now, some people would like to think it could be Carla Moreno of Argentina. Yeah, because she's the mandatory, but we could easily see a situation where and Samson Lukowitz got almost every Argentinian fighter signed, and I guess if he wants to or chooses to, they may or may not have visa issues. So I don't even see that happen. But um, I was thinking about against a former champion, what's this girl's name? Adelaida Ruiz, who just lost to Jenny Fuchs. I believe that may be the bout. Um, yeah, so Leanna Cruz as well, Um, but I think Cruz may be tied up with the WBA situation. Not sure. But if she's going to come stateside, I don't see her coming stateside to fight an Argentinian fighter, even if you make it an exciting fight. Just, so maybe it's Cruz, maybe it's Ruiz, but we'll see. It's top of the year. All right. That's in January. Also, I'm hoping this is more truer than not. Very strong rumors from the world renowned sources. Skye Nicolson and Tiara Brown will face off in February of next year. This may be on the undercard of I guess the return of George Kambosos. He's just inked a deal with Matchroom, but is also to be rumored to be featured on that card is Cherneka Johnson versus Nina Hughes in a rematch for the WBA Bantamweight titles. So imagine those two bouts on that card. I think Kambosos is rumored to fight Matthew Germain, so that could be decent in of itself. But a homecoming for Johnson, Nicholson, and Kambosos. So if things turn out that way, a hell of a night for women's boxing. I can't wait to see if that happens. That will be in February. Also, um, it's been announced, rumored, not sure, but I hope it does happen. Marlen Esparza will make her return against Arle Mucino. Um, Mucino lost former IBF flyweight champion, lost her title to Gabriela Fandora. Esparza, of course, with losses to Estrada and Chucky Alanes, losing her unified super flyweight division titles to Chucky Alanes, who eventually lost to Fundora. So this is a pretty good bout. I don't know if this bout happens at because I don't know if Esparza's making, right? Right. I don't know if Esparza's making 112 or 115. I don't know what Esparza's doing, but we'll see. But should be pretty exciting bout. Esparza, when she's on, she's pretty good. She's a pretty good boxer, but she just seemed like she might be respectfully outgrowing the division. All right. Um, some other news, I think Vivian Rodriguez from the Dominican Republic. She's a 7-0 fighter. She will be fighting Magli Rodriguez out of Mexico. That is, I don't know. I think that's in December. I think around the 14th. It's a busy week between the 14th and the 7th. So that should be a pretty good fight. The significance of that is Diana Rodriguez, the one who was supposed to fight Tiara Brown, but did fight Amanda Serrano. Well, Vivian Rodriguez. Did I say Diana? Diana Vargas. All right. Vivian Rodriguez has a win over Diana Vargas. So, she does have a pretty notable name on her resume. Um, Sarah Borman, right? She is actually the current IBO. Talked about that Atomweight champion. But she's going to be fighting for the vacant WBO title against Jennifer Meza. Um, yeah, that's in December. So I told you December is a busy month. Um, Sarah Borman's only loss is Jessica Neri Plata. Borman's like exclusively fought in Germany. She's pretty good, but mostly kind of a straightforward type fighter. Um, but yeah, she's trying to become a two-division world champion. So not much else going on. I told you some awesome news. Things happened for Shadeja Green. She was given the key to the city of Patterson. So salute to her for being bestowed that honor. Certainly in line with other world champions from that city, including Kendall Holt and Ruben Hurricane Carter. What else we got going on? I think now we can pretty much move on to the fight week action. Pretty decent scrap. I'm actually going to tune into it. Sarah Mahfoud only has two losses to Skye Nicolson and Amanda Serrano. She's a former IBF champion. She lost that IBF title to um, Amanda Serrano. She's going to be fighting Danila Ramos. We know Ramos lost to Serrano. That was at a 12-3, I believe. And she also lost to Eileen Miklad, who just fought Chantel Cameron. So Danila Ramos is also the what is she? The WBO interim at featherweight. So it's going to be a pretty good scrap. I think my food's going to pull this one out. Um, get a strap back. It's for a WBO international. And the funny thing is, it's in the WBO. Serrano's still holding on to the WBO. Um, the winner gets Serrano, but does Serrano vacate? I don't know. So we'll see what's gonna happen. All right. Not much else going on, ladies and gentlemen. So I'm going to check out. This one should go nice with your cranberry and your stuffing and your dressing and your this and your that. But don't overindulge. Just take just enough. And I've taken just enough time for us to talk about this thing of ours. Women's boxing is boxing. And be sure to share this, comment, and take care of yourselves. All right. Till next time.